If you've ever struggled to let something go or forgive someone or move on, then you really need to hear this because there's probably a misunderstanding going on. So, a lot of people think that if they're going to let something go, if they're going to forgive someone, that they need to be like just ready to get away from it. It's like, I am done with this. I'm pushing this away. I'm rejecting this. I'm moving on. But I want to tell you a little story. There's a lot of varieties of the story out there, and they all have something to do with a monkey getting its hand stuck either inside of a coconut or in a box, depending on which version of the story you hear. And so what happens is, imagine there's a coconut. It has a hole that's just big enough for the monkey to stick its hand into. And inside of this coconut is something that the monkey wants. And so he puts his hand in and he grabs it. And he holds it in his fist. But because he has his hand in a fist, he can't pull it out of the hole because the hole's too small. But what he's learned in his life is if there's something that he wants, he has to hold on to it. And so he keeps holding on to it, but then he gets his hand perpetually stuck in this coconut, and he can't ever get what he wants. And so that's often what happens with people who are trying to let something go, and they want to move on, but they can't because they're holding on to it. So how does this happen? Well, it happens because of the notion that what you resist persists. So when you think about letting something go, it's like that feeling of, I want to get away from this. I'm just going to walk out. I'm just going to quit my job. I'm going to leave. I'm going to release this, which really has this feeling of pushing something away. You're pushing against it. You're rejecting it. So every time you say, I reject this person, or if you say that, or without even realizing it, maybe saying, I'm judging or condemning this. Or you say that, I just can't take this, I'm moving on. All of those sentiments contain within it seeds of resistance. So what's happening is instead of letting something go, you're actually holding on to it. So letting something go or forgiveness is not about pushing something away. It's about letting it be. It's about finding a place of acceptance, because when you say, you know what, I really don't like this person, but it's okay that they are the way they are. Or if you say, you know what, I know that this situation isn't right for me, and it might be okay for other people, and so I'm just going to focus on something else. Do you see the difference there? It's acceptance. It's saying that, you know what, regardless of the situation, I'm okay. I don't need to fix this. And all of a sudden the dynamic changes because you're not holding on to resentment. You're not holding on to bitterness or judgment or the need to be right or the other person to be wrong or something to be just or there to be a solution to the problem. You're just accepting that it is. You're allowing it to be. And by finally getting to a place of acceptance and you're embracing the reality, the truth, you're no longer fighting what is. You allow it to be there. And once you can do that, naturally, your focus changes, your hand relaxes. You're able to pull yourself out of that thing that you're stuck in and move on and just focus on something else in your life and stop trying to fix it or change it or hide from it or push it away. So if you're trying to let something go or you need to forgive someone, think about this. What are you holding on to? What part are you actually not willing to let go? Because it might surprise you that there's something stuck in there that you don't realize that you're holding on to. And just check in with yourself. And when you think about forgiving somebody or letting something go or moving on or releasing something, check in to see if there's a sense of resistance in you, if there's bitterness, if you're judging it. Because all of those feelings are a sign that you're not letting it go, and you're not going to be able to let it go until you make peace with it. So remember that to let something go, you first have to let it be. And I hope that helps.